Oh yeah, it might be closing.
All right, so we are live. All right, thank you guys for joining me again. Thank you anyone that actually checks in to watch. Okay, so we're just mentioning the train heist. So I ended up getting 5 copies at a Tuesday morning for a little under $30 a piece.
Wow. Were they closing?
Did they what?
Were they closing the store? Because they close a lot of them by me, and then they reopen them like.
No, this store's still there. It was might have been a clearance item. I think I watched them, waited for them to go on clearance, and then when I was checking out, the guy told me if I registered an email, I get another $10 or $15 off. I think it was 10% off, so another 15 off. So yeah, I ended up with 5 sets, just under $30. Kept one and sold the other 4.
Nice. It's a good deal.
That's the story of the great train heist.
Yeah, there it is. I still have not built that. That'll be a video for later.
Yeah, I was worried you were going to get screwed on those because I saw so many of them at so many stores. I think I remembered you picking those up.
That looked really cool around a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it didn't come with tracks though, which is kind of a bummer. But it still looks
cool. They're not quite as wide as like a standard Lego track, are they?
I don't know. I don't have Lego tracks, but there's that new set, isn't there? Look at the Lego. I mean, that's off topic, but Lego track or train track set is you can just get a set of tracks right now.
I don't know. I need to build the heist. I need to build it and see. I think someone said they had to modify it slightly to make it fit on the railroad tracks, because I wouldn't mind. I'd modify it and even put a power functions in the caboose and make it run on my track.
What column was that you were looking for, Nate? That Lego piece?
Yeah, so it's called a 2x2x10 support pillar. The code's 58827. Yeah.
That looks more like Mega.
I think Mega may make something similar to it, but yeah, this is for my train shed, so it's got to be official Lego for this one.
Oh, good grief! I forgot you were. Of course, you're doing the train station. You need all the train parts you can get.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm at the point now. I'm starting to put the arched roof on it, so it's starting to really look like a building.
So, Rob, how many Zodac sets did you open?
I acquired 4 total.
Yeah. So you got
2 from one Target store and 2 from another Target store. And just to show my love and support to the community, I bought 2 more trap jaws too. To try to get that box off the shelf as fast as possible.
You're a good man.
I would have bought the Sky Sled first.
I wanted the guns.
Okay.
So because on my Internia Castle, I want to have all kinds of guns, turrets on it. So that's the main reason why I got those.
Oh, so now I need to go find a bunch of trap jaw. Yeah.
Where are you going to put all those turrets?
But one of the kits you guys saw, I posted online.
You
get mod.
3 golden discs of knowledge on that.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
I figured it made more sense to have multiple discs than just have one disc. I used leftover pieces from the Wind Raider build.
Yeah, I see it there.
to build this little rack. And I'm not. Do you guys know where I got these pieces from?
I don't think those are masters. How many do you buy other Mega stuff?
It was just stuff that was in my pile of just random stuff. So most of what's on here is masters. I don't know where these came from.
I know the part, but I don't can't picture the set. So you're gonna put a big beard on that Xanthor?
It's tucked into a strap. So there we go. Can't get a good. There we go.
Is it like a fuzzy beard, or what is it?
No, it's. I was just joking. It's just the regular head. No beard. It kind of looks like a beard though, because it being dark.
Yeah.
I decided he needed a sword too, so I put a sword holder on his back.
Nice.
The sword holder just shot across my room. It seems like every episode of this, I lose a piece.
We're probably not doing it right if we're not losing pieces.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
I got stuff falling down here.
I had to send my wife to retrieve that the front of the nose cone from the scuba. I had to send her under my desk.
Go find my Lego piece, lady. That's great.
I said, I think it's in the dog area. The dog might choke on it. She was on the floor in no time.
I could just chew it up good, probably.
Might help with the clutch,
It was hard giving up this red vest because I want to do one in black and make a Wonder Bread He-Man.
I'm getting your box together here.
Yeah, I'll have an one coming, huh?
Yeah, I gotta send it. Actually, I'm on vacation on Wednesday, so I'm trying to send it before then. Okay.
Right on. Chris, what do you got up there on screen?
That's Clawful.
Clawful.
Remember, it was not last week, but the previous week when I was on here with you guys. I was just starting to work on him. I had only painted his mace weapon, and I had just started painting his face, and I think he turned out all right.
So,
like it.
Almost looks like an official character, an official figure.
Yeah, it does look pretty nice.
So he'll go pretty good with the that underwater Scubattack set, and I just remembered. I've also got this
Octopus.
Right, I think that's from one of the Pirates sets Mega Blocks that did years ago. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's supposed to have black eyes, but those are just blue pieces that I had left over. But that would go pretty good for making like an underwater diorama. And then if you look over here behind me, I finally finished Castle Grayskull.
Hey.
Nice. Good job.
About time.
you're a man now.
The rite of passage.
You're part of the group.
Right. I had to get right on it when someone said that blasphemy. Because I sat on, I bought it back when it was I think I got it for like $170. So like I can't remember its far back time, but you can kind of gauge that on how much the price has gone up on it. I think it's past 280 now.
Were you nervous that you might have parts missing?
Well, I had to improvise very early on in like the first set when you use like the dark green rubble that is at the bottom of the first tower. I was thinking it was a mistake in the instructions. I was supposed to have a gradual slope, one of those longer 3-stud wide or long pieces, and it was missing. So I just improvised by putting a steeper piece in there, and then later on I had to start rearranging some of the rubble pieces so they were all connected properly. But it's actually inaccurate. There's a couple of missing pieces in there, but so early on, I'm like, I'm just gonna have to figure out something else because I'm not going to like just let it sit here incomplete while I contact Mega Brands and try and get another piece sent out to me. And now that it's done, I almost kind of forgot about it until you mentioned, yeah, there are some missing pieces, and then extra pieces that I didn't need. So like that's why I ended up building that bookshelf. And I'm wondering, is that going to be a regular thing? Is everyone going to put a bookshelf to cover that hidden door in the back? Because it's not so much a hidden door if it's not hidden.
Yeah. So you never found the pieces you were missing elsewhere?
Right. Yeah. There were no extra or additional pieces. It's like a dark moss green, and it's the sloping piece that it's not like just two. It's 3 wide. It's a more gradual slope. And the corner piece, the one that has the double bevel on either side. It's one of the square pieces. I was missing one of those too. Is that a common thing?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Were you missing pieces?
There was a few posts out there of people who were missing pieces when they built it. It wouldn't surprise me if I like just froze. It wouldn't surprise me if I have a few pieces out of order too, just from not paying close attention to the directions.
When I got the Roton set, I was missing one of the little red spikes. One red spike.
Oh, that's frustrating.
You would think they'd be extras. Whereas I actually did contact them and they sent me one red spike. I got one. But the Castle Grayskull, I was impatient. I'm like, I'm not going to wait for them to send me a little one piece. Plus, also, I would hate to like get to another point, contact them, have a piece sent out, and then like the next day contact again with more pieces that are missing. So I'm like, I'll have a tally of all the pieces that are missing, contact them one time, and now now that's done, I don't want to take it apart to put it back together again the right way. It's fine.
Yeah, that's why Brian's Castle Grayskull's taking so long. He's missing a lot of pieces.
But which pieces?
It's because I got too many
pieces you can't continue.
Yeah.
No, he's doing custom on his.
He doesn't know what pieces he needs. That's his problem.
Yeah. It's way too big. By the way, I showed off some the tooth pieces on the group earlier. Right. And then I just got these new super. I don't know where to hold this damn thing. There it is.
There we go.
On the sides, there's these super sharp ones, but they kind of look like shark teeth. I don't know if.
I like that.
I'd go with it for a while.
You like the sharp ones?
Well, yeah, I do both.
More sharp.
Yeah, I'm tempted because the classic Grayskull, they are pretty pointy on Filmation, but they're also that kind of curved, cartoony, pointy looking things. So
right.
I wish I could find something like that. I'm not sure. I like those two. Either one of these look pretty good, but I gotta make a decision on which ones to go with.
Can't you do both?
I don't know, maybe.
I
I mean,
kind of like it because it gives a gradual, like the teeth are getting bigger.
Maybe the pieces are pretty close in size, actually. I mean, they're gradual because I got it spread out and they're all angled and canted, but so we'll see. And I'm working on the top part to go with it. I haven't. Trying to decide how big it should all be.
Unless you get done and it kind of like has buck teeth.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what the flat ones look like a little bit. So.
Like a Mystic Castle orthodontist.
Yeah. Run some wire across like braces.
Get some of those girders.
Yeah, it's weird though. Check this picture out. So, look how big the skull is, just compared to the
good
towers.
Lord. What's that from?
It's just a printout from the show.
That looks like a modern house size. It's not even a castle.
It's like Cut Scores Castle.
Well, yeah, but that skull is enormous. Like, and the other shots too. Like, I mean, the skull is so much bigger than the towers. It's like at least twice as wide. Sometimes it looks like 3 times as wide. So, I don't know if I'm going that big, but I'm at least taking some freedom to make the skull pretty big. Plus, my towers are pretty big anyway.
Have you seen some of the knockoff Legos many Mega Blocks that they have in some of the dollar stores?
Yeah, which sets?
Facts, yeah.
Right. They got one that's like trees and flowers, and then other ones that are just the exact same color of blocks, miscellaneous blocks in a bag. And the other day I was thinking, could you imagine how well it would sell if they sold bags like that were like the Castle Grayskull, that patina green? They're like, I would buy bags and bags of those. Because I would really like to have, Castle Grayskull that went all the way around instead of just like, opening and closing, actually have all 4 sides and another roof.
Where, Chris,
These
what?
tree gags right here. Got about 50 of them.
Yeah, those. Yeah, I just started buying those.
Chris, where do you live, right? Where are you from?
Notre Dame.
Okay. You guys have a Lego store down there?
No. Where are they at? In Florida?
No, there tends to be one in at least one bigger city in each state.
Yeah, because I never actually asked, but I can remember, friends and their kids, and they're asking them, where do you want to go for vacation? They're like, we want to go to Legoland, and it was like, no. Where I even like, where is it? How far of a drive is it? Do I got to go through, the airport or something, or can we drive there in one day?
Well, Rob, isn't there an actual Legoland theme park in California?
Right. Yeah, I'm not.
There's that. Far. This is just like a jumbo.
In LA.
Anyway, there's tons of sand green bricks in various different official Lego stores where you can buy a big cup for like, what is it, $17, Nate?
And the color matches. It's the
cup this size, the $17.
It's real close.
Right now, my store's got 1x1s with the stud on the side. They've got the 1x2 slopes.
It's not endless though, Chris. I mean, like, it's the thing where they're going for this variety of color parts. So you might walk in and you might want to find one kind of sand green. Like, the color is called sand green. Okay. So each store has like one right now, but both Nate and I are on this Lego group where people will send you stuff. So, I mean, you got to pay for it.
Right.
But throughout the country, you can get quite a bunch of different parts right now. So.
I should have ordered 2 Castle Grayskulls when I had the chance. before they ran out. Because the place I ordered from, it was on sale, and I only ordered one. And then by the time it came in the mail, I decided, well, maybe I should order another, but they were already sold out.
Yeah, when I ordered mine, I literally bought mine off Amazon for like $90.
How long ago was that?
Well, it was back when they were about 185 on Amazon, about 3 Christmases ago. But I got $100 Amazon gift card for signing up for an Amazon credit card. So I applied that right away, and then I just canceled
retail. What did they retail when they were brand new?
$250 the original.
What?
Yeah, that's the official retail.
MSRP?
Yeah.
Yeah, but for a while
So
there,
I got a good deal then.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Paying under $100 for mine was a sweet deal.
Yeah, Amazon just, I don't know. I mean, that's a price where they can still discount it, though. You know, $250 is original, but what you laughing
at? Over here on Rob's corner, right? Yeah, was that Minecraft or something? What's that?
Oh, is that the game he's developing?
I've been developing.
Is that SpongeBob?
No.
It's He-Man.
Oh, okay. That looks like SpongeBob and Patrick.
You make my
it's Orko. Okay, that's Orko. He-Man and the Sorceress. Okay.
There's Prince Adams and Sorceress.
Some 18-bit He-Man action.
Is there music?
Yeah.
Wow. It's like being in the 80s.
But check out my merman.
No way.
Oh, too bad. Can you kill too bad or not?
Yeah.
Do you gotta beat him over the bridge so he falls through?
Kill him.
Nice.
Yay.
There's my gray skull.
Good scale. I like it.
Okay, you ready for it?
Get the sword. Boo, 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 boo.
Oh, he turns into He-Man.
Is that Battle Cat there?
Ram Man.
God, Ram Man.
Let's see the red and the green. There's Battle Cat.
You're gonna end up getting orders for this, Rob.
Then he'll get the lawsuit. Just gotta do it under the table here.
It's really hard to play the keyboard.
I bet.
Well,
If you slightly change the character names, then there's no copyright infringement.
Yeah.
So it's like
where's
Key
the
Boy.
ledge?
That's Man Ram.
Right.
Man Ram.
Okay, let me just skip past this part.
Goat person.
Okay, so you get over here and you climb up to Point Dread.
It kind of reminds me of Pitfall.
Oh wow.
Here we go.
Talon Fighter. Ooh. Gonna go through the clouds.
Good Lord, how long have you been working on this?
You sure? Go.
I just locked up my Orgo's just holding a spot right now for me.
Oh, okay. He's got.
So basically, you're gonna fly across there, and then eventually you get back to. Let's see here. I think I'm okay. Let me change Adam to He-Man real quick here. These are all my different characters I've been making.
Nice.
There's your Battle Cat. And there we go. The little Skeletor?
That's show accurate. The mini Skeletors.
How come He-Man's so big now?
Because they're the clone Skeletors.
Right.
You can't use
The mini
Thor?
Skeletors. That's from an episode.
He seemed smaller on the screen before.
They're not small. They're far away.
Oh, you're gonna get blasted by Stinkor?
When you get up here, yeah, you got to get past Stinkor, and then when you're up here, oh, whoops.
So what do kids think of these scrolling games these days? Do they like them?
Yeah. This
I
is
like
this is the top of Snake Mountain.
Nice.
I was talking about someone about someone was saying like, different ideas for video games, and I'm like a crossover between Masters of the Universe, Lego, or Mega Bloks, and Minecraft, that you would be given the blocks for the Minecraft world and build, Castle Grayskull or Snake Mountain or other, Masters of the Universe play sets, virtually with what would be the different type of building block pieces that you would virtually build the set,
Cool.
in the computer world, like that Minecraft world is like. And people are like, "Oh wow, that's a great idea," and I'm like, "I wish somebody else had it."
So this software is called Bloxels. And
Yeah, maybe that's exactly what I was imagining.
It's
Not exactly.
I'm supposed to, if everything goes well next year, I'm going to be teaching an elective where the kids get to design their own video games, and they'll be using this software. And so I was just working on my own sample to show the kids. But it's really cool the way it's set up, because you just build it all out, and you can create your own custom characters just by putting the pixels together.
Thanks.
Flowing lava. I like it.
And a lot of the shapes were, I had them in my head from building Mega Block stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun. Hey, Nate, is that an X-Wing that's hovering above you there?
Yeah. That's the black room, the black one. That,
Oh, cool.
it belongs to somebody. Who is it?
Poe Damerons or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
could be.
My son got it for Christmas, and then he didn't want it in his room.
You're like,
Why
I'll
not?
take it.
Nice.
Might be Poe.
Is this room too full, or what's going on?
No, he was on a kick. I was like, well, I don't want to see it destroyed, so it's going up here.
That's funny.
I'm trying to figure out, Mark's trying to join us, but it won't let him in the stream.
That's weird.
Yeah, it says it keeps giving him a 404 error. I don't know what that is, but
File not found.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys were talking about weird parts earlier. I got this one. Let me see. This is taking a second. All right, so this is from a Creo G.I. Joe set.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have like little pipes that come out the sides?
Yeah, little handles. It's a little computer with.
Huh.
Reminded me of the one that was in Grayskull.
Yeah, it does look like that. And one thing I've seen, which I rely on heavily. Now, granted, this is older packaging. I think these two are from Transformers, but these are just plastic bubbles. And I save them because I need trays for sorting parts.
Right.
They eventually go into organizers, but I don't know. For a while, I was stealing Tupperware out of the kitchen and getting in trouble with my wife. So when I caught on to this, it gets me out of trouble.
The other night, Brian,
Yeah,
I'm hearing all this ruckus in the kitchen for like 30 minutes.
yeah.
Pots and pans and stuff banging around.
You got the muffin tins?
Use these.
I had the muffin tins.
Tackle
Yeah,
box.
man.
She walks in, I think I'm losing my mind, but don't I have more muffin tins in this? I'm like, oh,
Ice cube trays.
That's me. Yeah, get some
My
bubbles.
bad. Yeah, hold on, honey.
Well, they're kind of retiring these. Like Transformers don't use these anymore, but got them. They're great.
So I get these from Walmart when they're on clearance for 50 cents each.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah, get something. Get yourself out of trouble.
the dollar store has all kinds of good little containers.
Yeah, and notice the muffin tins when you're building the wind raider. You got to use something.
My computer is freaking out. I am frozen.
We can still hear you.
Yeah, you are frozen. It's a decent picture of you, at least.
Yeah, right?
You could look crazy.
There you be.
The last couple of Windows 10 updates have just really racked havoc on my computer system. Everything was working so well, and then ever since the last couple of updates, it's so unpredictable.
What the what? Dude. Sorry, this is just a nerd moment for Nate. But Nate, I messaged Nate once because sometimes we talk about the difference between Lego and pieces that Mega makes. And I'm just noticing I've got the skull with He-Man and the jet sled here, and I haven't put it together yet, but there's a 2x5 plate here, and I don't think I've ever seen that ever.
Oh, wow.
And the point is that 1x5 plates do not exist in Lego. Mega has those. You cannot get them from Lego. And
Yeah.
apparently they made a 2x5 plate.
It goes right in the bottom of the sled.
Yeah. Well, I'm putting it together now.
I like the fact that Mega makes 2x's.
Yeah, I
2
don't.
by odd numbers, 1 by odd numbers.
Yeah, they're handy. Although they don't make 1x7s, I don't think.
No.
Probably won't be that handy, but I use 1x5s a lot.
Yeah, there's 1x5 and 2x5 in that set.
You know that that Wind Raider build that you came up with, Brian, it has some funky geometry in it.
Like what?
Like when you're building the base out and stuff to get
Yeah.
your spacing.
In which, like hard to understand, or tell me more about what you're.
Oh no! It's not that it's hard to understand. It's just I would never build that way. Like I always build things really equal,
Oh,
and you built it so that you could have the proper spacing between the figures in the cockpit. You had to have an odd number of.
Yeah. That's based on their design, though. You're just kind of stuck with it because it's an odd numbered. The hull is an odd numbered. I think it's 5 studs wide, and so you either have to stick with that, or you need to use pieces that bridge the gap and make it work with a even numbered build. So, I had an 8 stud build, and I actually think it's a lot prettier, but it's not good for other people because Lego doesn't even make those parts that you use to bridge it. So that's another tricky. You literally couldn't get them from Lego. So, and you can't walk into the Mega Store and buy parts. So
I wish
what do
you
you
could.
think of the canopy on the Talon Fighter? It has that one blue center bar that goes right in front of the pilot's face. I've been thinking about you trimming it out. You're just cutting it out and having one huge, window, because it's right down the middle. And like obviously it was designed to have 2 people side by side. And like now you mention it, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it's like right across his face. What were they thinking?
I don't know. He just turns the ship, I guess, if he wants to look left or right.
Well, what I've convinced myself is there's a little tiny view screen right there that he looks into. He doesn't actually use the window. He uses a heads-up display.
Yeah, maybe.
The ship flies itself.
Well, right, yeah, that's even better. The windows are for passengers.
Mark says that the ship was built for 2 bad. That way he's looking at both sides.
Yeah, perfect.
Here you go.
I remember somewhere on one of the groups somebody posting like a Skeletor version of that ship. They'd gone through and painted all the blocks. So it was like purples and grays and blacks.
That'd be interesting.
That should be official. I would like that.
Have you guys ever tried to use Right die or Rit die to die Lego or Mega?
Not Lego. I've used it for Transformers successfully. It'll probably work.
I might do that. I might try to make a Skeletor version, but dye them first.
You just gotta treat it like paint. Like if you mix yellow and blue together to make green, right? Am I messing that up?
I guess yeah.
Yellow.
So it'll when it's coating, it'll take into consideration what color you have.
Right. So that's what I had to do when I dyed Transformers. It's not magic, If it's green and you want it to be purple, well, I'm not sure how you get there in the color world.
Well, if you've got blue,
yeah. So maybe red, but it's also
red and yellow. So you'd want to get it to like purple, black.
Yeah. The tricky thing is when I had better luck with dyeing the Transformers, I literally put some really diluted acetone in there, and that helps it set in there better. But most mega pieces will melt with like acetone. So I don't know. It might work, especially the yellow parts you could dye, but I don't know. If you can dye yellow and make it purple, maybe. Or green. Although, do you want green for a Skeletor ship or not?
Maybe.
If it's that shade of the saddle for Panther.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I was actually thinking Panther colors when Rob was describing that.
Yeah, I can actually see it now.
Make it look like a flying panther.
So
That's
Mark
what
said,
call it,
Contact,
the flying
you know, who do you give these ideas to that they would actually make it into an actual product?
Well, you're better off just finding the right parts. Just
remember with the Transformers years ago, they had that contest to design a character that was a combiner, and they made that.
the female.
It was like that female team.
Yeah,
that was a fan design contest.
Yeah,
you remember hearing about that?
And then there was Fearless Photog.
I did not know that.
And He-Man.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Netflix series that's coming out?
They have.
Hold on, staying on the dye thing. Mark wants to know if the dye would make it look washed out. The colors, the bricks.
Not from what I've seen so far of other people who have died, like Gungam and Transformers and stuff like that.
Now, is that plastic the same? Is it similar to what they use for Mega Blocks?
I don't think it is. I tried what I said when it would melt. Acetone would melt Mega. I tried it to remove something like on the Terminator Kubros sets. It's silver and they had these red stripes, almost just like these parts on the jet sled. And
Right.
it went ahead and melted the brick. So, but I think that was straight acetone. You can try dyeing without acetone. It's
I've melted plastic with acetone before.
Yeah.
The fact you destroyed a Terminator set is just making me cringe.
It was one piece. It was testing it. It's okay. About 11 more, so it worked out.
All right, so Chris, is it Revelations? We have to tread lightly because Brian doesn't want any spoilers.
I know a little, but I haven't watched the trailer.
Trailers don't really give you anything because it's nothing but like multiple scenes that are like 2 seconds long. It's but you know they're giving you an idea. But the thing is, people have always known. If with some movies, have you seen the trailer? You've seen the best part of the movies already. Because when the movie comes out, that's it. The trailer was the movie.
That's all they had was 2 minutes to put together for a trailer. You know.
Yeah.
Eh.
Well, I mean, I'd prefer to not know all the characters that show up in it. I'd like to be surprised by that.
See, Brian, I'm the opposite. I will watch every YouTube spoiler video I can find until that show comes out.
I used to. That was it. But then I stopped doing it. It's awesome.
I don't think we have a date yet of when it's due to come out on Netflix. It's this
24th
year.
of July, isn't it?
I think
You know,
it's
I thought I saw one for July.
23rd of July is what I heard.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Well, the first thing I'm thinking is it's an opportunity to have another version of Mega Bloks characters because they're doing the Filmation version, the mini comic version, the what's considered a toy version, the 2000X version, and now this Netflix Revelation version. And someone in the group was making a connection between that Christmas gift pack that came out. That on He-Man's chest he has the H instead of the original Crusader's cross. And they were showing pictures from the trailer that he has that H on there, but really the H goes as far back. It goes all the way back to it was like the Thunder Fists He-Man or something. They had the pop cap thing when you twisted him, he popped like a gun.
Thunder Punch.
Punch. That's it.
But no, Battle Armor was first, and so
Battle Armor too, right? Yeah, that's right.
Mega. I mean, Mega already did that one, so it's not. I don't really buy his argument. I don't think that's accurate.
What's that?
That H is connected to Revelation.
Right. Yeah. This person also wasn't even aware that there was a Christmas episode of the Filmation He-Man and She-Ra.
Yeah.
Which I remember that. I thought it was hilarious. That was the one where Skeletor kept on saying, "I'm not nice."
Yeah. Just wants to be evil.
Evil is a social construct.
I like it when they give him the present and he's like, "Oh, I feel strange."
That's a great character.
Yeah, that was not a very good episode, though. It's really weird. I heard a podcast about it once. It's all over the place. Everybody's just trying to capture those kids, and it's weird.
I remember that was like one of the only He-Man video cassettes you could rent at the video store.
Yeah.
Was the holiday special when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and I remember renting it and watching it over and over and over again.
I was just watching the Origin of She-Ra, like the 5-part episode movie thing. Like I still like that. I don't know. There's at least enough He-Man in it that it jives with me.
Yeah, that's where some of the memes come from that episode when Hordak reveals to Skeletor that he found the spy he was looking for, and Skeletor's like, "Who is he?" And he's like, "He's a she." And Skeletor's like, "What?"
You know, he's
like, that's classic.
I know. He's such a jerk in that show too. When he's like, "A female here, man. This is the worst day of my life."
That's good writing. That's what I want this new Masters of the Universe He-Man, animated cartoon to be. That. And then when people were saying, I've heard rumors, it's a continuation of the original Filmation, and I'm like, then it better be exactly like that. I want the original music back too.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask?
You know what though isn't Adam skinny in the show?
Right. Yeah. They already ruined it.
So that's 2000X, which I love 2000X, but
yeah. But that's like the rumors aren't matching up with what I'm seeing now. That if it's a continuation, and in Filmation he was a full-grown man that becomes He-Man, he should be a full-grown man that becomes He-Man in this new series. And then one of the parts of the trailer, he looks like the younger Prince Adam, like from the 2000X series.
Yeah.
Because in the original cartoon in the 80s, there really was no origin episode of when there were flashbacks, like the episode when he first found Cringer as a kitten, but there was a flashback. There was no actual episode showing where he was first given the sword or how he was chosen to become He-Man or anything. It just started, bam, he's He-Man, and it's all encapsulated in the intro, but there was no episode that covered it. So when they did 2000X, that at least in the pilot episode or the 2-parter or whatever, it kind of introduced that, going all the way back with Captain Randor, becoming King Randor, and how Skeletor or Keldor became Skeletor. So there was more of an introduction of like starting from scratch. So I'm thinking it was a misunderstanding. It's really not a continuation of the Filmation He-Man. It seems more like a continuation of the 2000X series. But that's just my perception.
Yeah.
Trailers are usually misleading now.
Actually, it'll depend on how Grayskull looks, because those Grayskulls are really different between the two cartoons.
I didn't even notice.
A lot. Well, like the interiors, it's way different.
What was there ever an episode in the original series where they explained why it was Skeletor could spy on everyone, but he didn't know Prince Adam was He-Man? Like, he had the ability to like look everywhere. He was like the ultimate like voyeur.
I don't know.
They kind of made fun of that. I remember there was one specific episode where he had some kind of a magic device, and it was a He-Man and She-Ra crossover episode. I remember that, where he had this device, and it seemed odd that they kept pointing out that this spell will only work one time and never again. Like, there's like this is a plot device, and we're using it as a just to move the plot forward. So when the portal opened, and I think it was Loki or some other insignificant character went through. So when a portal closed, it was like, foiled. I can't use my device, and that was just to move the plot along. And I think it's like, because the point is, it's like they're encapsulated episodes that whatever happens in this episode stays in this episode. The next episode, ignore that previous episode. None of it is connected. It's that's the way cartoons were.
Yeah.
Well, you'd forget from Saturday to Saturday what happened.
That's
Yeah.
true. And you didn't really have the benefit of watching it over and over again.
That's true. We didn't get reruns back then.
There was a reoccurring character who was also one of the guards or centurions from the evil horde. That he was the same kind of thing, that he realized that the evil horde was evil, not just because they had the word evil in their name, which is kind of like gave it away. But he quit the evil horde and became like a farmer with a family. And he was in 2 separate episodes of She-Ra that I remember. So that was another one. Like, if you didn't see the first episode, you're like, who is this guy? Do you remember seeing that episode?
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name. Reminds me of the Clone Wars, though. There's that one deserter clone who starts a family. That's off topic. I'll have to check that out. There's the one. It might be the one guy, because there's a classics figure of a horde trooper that came with like 3 heads, and I don't remember his name though.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Monsters and creatures and stuff when you go back and watch the episodes. Like they could do a whole line of battle beasts.
Yeah, I know. That's my dream. I want everything. I buy the stupidest creatures from He-Man if they just make them all. So they really should make them all.
So has anyone heard?
Got the Battle Cat yet? Right?
Sorry, what's that?
Did anybody get the Battle Cat?
Oh, that's the big
cat?
one. No.
How big is that thing?
Pretty big.
In my
Someone said it's big enough for the Origins-sized figures to fit on it.
Yep.
Looks about that size.
If I see it in the stores, I'm getting it.
I did check. It's right now. It's not showing up in Walmart's system. That might change by August or so when the new stuff would be added to their computer, but it's not showing up right now. Same with the Advent calendar. We got the UPC codes, and you can just search them online, and you can also scan it off your phone when you're in a store. And they're not showing up yet. But that doesn't mean that much yet. But it would be great news if it was showing up.
Is that Christmas box set? Was it on pre-order, or is it going to be in the stores or a store exclusive? Because I'm not really seeing a whole lot about information about that anywhere. I'd hate to miss that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of details yet. I think there's some kind of like sort of scam sites that are wanting to sell it to you for $100.
No,
and
I don't want it that bad.
I don't trust those ones, but
it should be under $40 like all the other Mega Construx Advent calendars.
Yeah, that's why I really don't know what the base price for it's supposed to be. So I don't know how bad I'm getting ripped off if I buy it from someone on eBay. $85. Wow, what?
Amazon has had a pretty good track record of selling those, and they're the Christmas Advent calendars, I think is what they call them. They've made a lot of those for different brands, and they're almost always on Amazon.
So it's an Amazon exclusive?
Well, I'm not saying it's an exclusive. I'm just saying it's been commonly available on Amazon. So Ninja Turtles, Minions, I think there's an American Girl one.
And it looks like $30 is the average price on those sets.
Yeah, if you just search Mega Construx Advent, you'll see everything but He-Man on Amazon.
Well, how much does it weigh?
The Pokemon one weighs
less than 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Plus, you can.
Did you see some of the responses I had made in one of the Facebook groups? We were talking about or was it on a video? I think it was on one of the videos about how much the Skeletor heads weighed. Well, I actually weighed them, and they weren't all the exact same weight. The He-Man one with that flying platform weighed the most. And then it was that video you guys did, the video you did last week, that there was like a bunch of very small pieces in there. And that was the first thing I was telling myself is when I get one of those sets, I'm going to weigh it, and I'm assuming it'll probably be lighter than all the other sets because it's just a figure and a bunch of little tiny small pieces.
Yep.
Well, Chris, this is yours. It'll be coming to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to tear it open immediately.
Wait.
Can we wait now?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Do you have little postal scales or anything?
I do, but they're up in my wife's office somewhere. She has a postal scale that does kilograms and fractions of ounces. So.
Right. Yeah. See, I'd forgotten what the other measurements were, but in the comment section on that video when you posted it after you recorded everything live, and then you finally posted it the next day, I left it as a comment because I already had them weighed at that time. And some of the other live streams I've done, the other collectors with the Transformers, they've been weighing the Transformers, and they were seeing, because it's based off of they call them deluxes and Voyager class and Leader class, and then they came up with the Commander class, and a lot of these figures, as far as size goes, they're not Leader class size, but they put them in a Leader class category. Then they put a bunch of other junk in there with them, trailers and things like that. So it puts it like the term is, they call it a Leader class price point, not a Leader class size. And I'm thinking a lot of these other, toy companies are going off of how much plastic they have to use, because once they pay to have a mold made and start producing it, the cost really comes out of the value of the plastic. So the heavier the toy is, the more plastic that's in it. It puts it in a different price point.
Hey, Chris, do you know what the weight was on the on the He-Man set?
30. I think it's like 135 grams.
Yeah, it's not
How much
much.
are you getting in grams?
I think mine does pounds and ounces.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the conversion was. I had it set on grams.
So 4.5 ounces. Let me convert it.
For sure under a pound anyway. Yeah,
Oh, right. Yeah, definitely.
I would guess 6 ounces maybe.
That'd be 127.5 grams.
Okay, yeah. That's even lighter than, I think the lightest one was Trapjaw. What I noticed was the sequential numbers of the sets. What were they? 76, 77, and 78 were the numbers on them. And what's the number?
Yeah.
The set number?
Yeah.
What's the set number on that Scubattack set? Isn't that also a 78?
What are we looking at? The code
Yeah,
print on the
78.
bottom?
It's a 78?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I thought it was going to be 79 because 78 is also the number of the He-Man set with his flying platform.
Something might be off there. They almost never duplicate.
Why would they reuse the same number?
Yeah.
And then in the new box sets, it replaces the climber set, the cliff climber set. That's Fisto.
Yeah.
See, I would think it would reuse the Fisto number, so that way when you get them, it's 76, 77, and 78. And if they replace the Fisto, if he was the 77, it would take that place number, but really calling it a 79 would make the most sense.
Yeah, so you might hold on though. So I got 2 boxes here. You got numbers on those, and there's a 70, 77. Those are piece counts.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So your set numbers should be on the bottom.
If you look,
there's 76, 77, and 78.
if you look really close next to it, you see, and it's a coincidence. Fisto has the 77 piece count, but it's also GWJ77, and that's the actual product number.
Okay. Wow.
He-Man is 78, but it's GWJ75, which, by the way, if you're looking for the advent calendar or whatever and it's hard to find, searching those little actual product code numbers might turn things up. What's that?
So, Brian, what's the imprinted number on the cardboard on the bottom of those?
Oh, well, but that's the box code for your replacement parts.
Okay.
So that's just your box code.
So that's the code they asked for if you need a place. Okay.
Yeah.
So when people take a photo of that and they put it online,
don't do it. Nope. That's
okay. So the Scuba set's got a GYD 64.
Yep, that's the actual like set model number.
Do the UPCs all match?
No, UPC is specific to the item, or you could say the box.
The box
product code.
You know why this set probably has less pieces? Is they had to offset the number of paints they used on the school.
Well, could be. Yeah.
Because this has 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors it used.
Yeah, it costs more money.
Yeah.
Also, the glow in the dark skull. Which one came in the glow in the dark skull?
Isn't that Trapjaw? I don't remember who's in there. I think I already opened him. No, he's still in there. That's Fisto.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Yeah, don't post Do post UPCs to help people find stuff, but don't post that. Sometimes it's a printed number and sometimes it's a sticker number above the UPC. But either way, that's your personal code for replacement parts, so don't share that.
Oh, just because you wouldn't be able to request parts for that box if someone else had?
Potentially. I mean, who knows how hard they'll be about it, but, why give it away? Like, it's yours. You paid for it.
Chris has got his Halloween light set up out.
Did you carve out the eyes?
That's disturbing.
Did the eyes pop out, or did you carve them out?
Yeah, I have a Dremel. So I just drilled it out and routed it out with a Dremel. And earlier I had seen someone was complaining, it's a waste because what do you do with this head? It's kind of, sadistic. So I'm like, well, what you should do is cut the eyes out and then, you do all of them and then line your entire porch or your steps with them for Halloween, for trick-or-treating, or put them up on a shelf. And I actually have one of those tea lamps in there.
Nice.
So it doesn't melt.
You do a glow stick.
Right, yeah, that would work too.
That's a cool idea.
But, all this is proof of concept. When someone asks for advice, I'm like, you know what? Before I tell them, I'm going to do it myself. So then the next day I sent them pictures. I'm like, oh yeah, look, it actually works. I'm not going to give you bad advice unless it didn't work.
When I bought these at Target the other night, there was a girl there probably in her 20s, and she goes, "Oh, I like this guy. He's so cool. What's his name?" And I said, "Skeletor." And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "So you know Skeletor?" She goes, "Oh yeah, I love Robot Chicken."
Well, there you go.
Great.
Oh, darn kids. Hey, she knows something. He's pretty funny on that too, actually. No, my favorite thing. There's an episode where what is it? They're looking for lost. That's just the weirdest thing. Skeletor's messing up the economy by stealing like food ships, and he's got them all hidden in this underground harbor or something. But anyway, Man-at-Arms and Adam are looking for them, and they see this waterfall, and they're like, "There's something back there," and they walk through it, and it's a giant sign that says, "Hello, chumps." And then Skeletor traps them and captures them. But it's just so corny. I love it.
That's what I like about the show.
Yeah. Now we're serious, but I like it.
The show was kind of a shock to my senses when I saw it, because for years I had them without any show. So like I had made up all my own, personalities, and whatever I had was influenced by the comics that came with them.
Yeah.
So the show was like way different than how I kind of like.
Those comics are so off book. I swear they're just doing whatever they wanted to.
Oh yeah.
There's one where He-Man shoots a guy in the face in one episode or one comic, and Skeletor is like, "What the hell?" I didn't think I was dealing with that.
Yeah, the comics were a bit more savage.
Yeah. Grab something here. What time do we got here?
Well, we've gone an hour. We're going to call it?
Yep. I was about to let you guys know I was going to call it. So
I'm not in a hurry. I'm just curious.
You need these comics?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. That looks like a mini.
Do you
Right,
guys
yeah.
have the collected of those? They have a hardback book that has all of them.
Mini comics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm missing like 4 or 5 of them, but I have nearly every single issue, including the variants. That
Cool.
like this variant has the blue lettering. You can see the blue lettering at the top where it says He-Man and a power sword. And then I got the gold lettering variant. And then this variant at the bottom has the word free in the illustrated book. But this variant is actually missing the word free. It just says illustrated book. So like, yeah, I have all the different variants. And then some of the variants in the first 9 issues were either printed on cardboard for the cover, and some were printed on slick paper, on regular paper.
What?
And I have 2 different variants. And then sometimes they were either printed in the USA, Malaysia, Hong Kong, or Taiwan. And I would try to get the different versions for which ones were printed in Hong Kong or Taiwan or Malaysia and the United States. And then I also even have them in multiple languages. This one's in English and French.
Wow.
Yeah,
So like I have a checklist I've made to check off every single variant and issue of the mini comic. And like I said, I'm missing like 4 or 5 issues, depending on also variants. So it's more than that. But there's still like 4 issues I don't even have a copy of.
I didn't know they had cardboard, like hardcover versions.
Yeah, the first 9 issues, some were printed on cardstock for the cover, and others were flimsy paper. And like I've never seen anyone actually bring it up, but it's something that I've noticed as I would collect when I would buy more try to get better copies. I have duplicates. I have twice as many duplicates than the actual comics that I consider my collection. And I was starting to notice some of these are printed on cardstock. The first 4 are always on cardstock, but it's actually up until issue 9 that you can find them on cardstock.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't have too many of them these days. I don't have my old collection from when I was a kid.
I got them all in this custom box to protect them.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I'm going to call it on the live stream. Appreciate you guys joining me again. Thanks to Mark for checking in on the chat. And we'll see everybody next time.
Yep.
Yep.